G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Now today I'm going to use this gorgeous rose crescent mold. Look at that. It's got roses and it's got leaves around the edge there. It's like a crescent moon. And then it leaves this space open here for me to do hopefully a gorgeous 3D bloom. So the first thing I'm going to get on to doing is dusting the rose and leaves. So I thought I'd go with these. I've chosen two darkish colors because I'm only putting a thin layer of dust on, powder on, and then I'm going to fill it with clear. I'm not going to put a black background on it, so I thought I'd better use the darker color. So I've got the dark Merlot for the rose and the olive green for the leaves. And I've just got a little piece of plastic here. Must have used it for some other mold, and I'm going to just pop it there, and then with my marker, actually I'll just make it a little bit smaller. With my marker I'm just going to sort of do that just so that I can cut around there. It won't matter if that bit sticks up. I won't cut too much of it. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to just cut this. It's just a little bit of plastic from a plastic bag. I'll just cut that out. So this will basically just help to prevent too much of this mica powder flying around and getting onto the middle of the mold where we don't want it to be. We'll still probably have to do a little bit of a tidy up, but not as much as if I didn't trim it at all. Now where was that? It's very sticky. You can see it wants to stick down, so that's great. Great for preventing that mica powder from flying everywhere. Alright, that'll do. I mean, you could, go over it exactly, and then maybe on the back of it or on the front here you can write down which mold it's for so that you can use it again next time. So we'll just leave that. Alright, so I've got two small brushes that I've sort of trimmed down. Oops, I've missed this little bit here. I think I need to do this little bit. But yeah, that's a good way of doing it. You just sort of get your marker out and draw on. Okay, so here we go. Here we go, here we go. So use my bigger brush for the rose. Oh gosh, is that a rose in there? No, this is a rose here. A rose by any other name. Actually, it might, sometimes it's easier to put a little bit just in the lid there so that you're not digging straight into the bottle, and then you can just sort of do that. I find that's a bit easier. So I'm going to go around here. It's going to take me a few minutes to do. Make sure I get up the side as well. And in those little creases there. It's a really pretty mold. I hope you like it. It's been very popular. I've got two different crescent ones. There's the flower one and then there's this rose one. So as you can see, it's not difficult. It just takes a few minutes just to get into all these little creases for the petals. Like so. Do the sides. I'm going to move on and do the leaves, and then I'll just put you on a time lapse while I finish the rest of it. So that's that one, and we'll do the same with the green. Of course, you can have whatever colors you like. You might want to do, you know, a more hot pink. Okay, so it doesn't matter now at this stage if the green goes over the top of the red, because whatever color is touching the mold is the color that's going to be seen when you unmold. So if you put another color over the top of the red, you won't see it. You're only going to see the red. But we do try not to put too much on. See, I've gone over there, but it's okay. It's on the plastic. It's saved it. Oh gosh. So I'll have a little bit of tidying up to do just with my baby wipe, but it won't be nearly as much as it would be if I didn't put this little piece of plastic on. So look at that, it's looking really pretty, isn't it? And then, so once I've finished this, I'm going to mix up a little bit of resin, and I'll do the 3D bloom, and then I'll probably, I don't know what color, probably just a black, I guess. I don't want to put too many colors in, because I'm going to try and match that sort of Merlot color to my drop of alcohol ink that I put in the center for the bloom. I'm going to try and match that. And then probably just a black background, hey. All right, I've done half. I'll finish the rest and put you on a time lapse so you can watch me if you're interested. That is all done and looking amazing. Looks really pretty. So I've had a look in my alcohol ink colors, and I don't have anything that's exactly the same color as this dark Merlot. So these are both Let's Resin. I will link Let's Resin down in the description, and I have mixed up my favorite resin for the 3D blooms, which is the Let's Resin Fast Cure. It's a 1:1 ratio. If you're doing it by volume, you can do, 3 ounces of A, 3 ounces of B, 100 mils of A, 100 mils of B. But because I weigh it, it's just easier for me that way. I have got 65 grams of A and 60 grams of B. It's probably way too much. And we're on 32, so just give that another few minutes. So what I've got these. This is purplish red Let's Resin alcohol inks, and I've got brown. I've got a piece of plastic here, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I can kind of mix a couple of colors together. I don't need very much. Just a few drops. So that's the purplish red, and this one's brown. Yes, not coffee, brown. So I thought I'll just, oops, put one little drop there. I'm using this little plastic bag so I can stir. That looks pretty good. Look, it's very similar. Looks a bit different down there. I'm probably going to need a bit more. So yeah, I I've never tried mixing alcohol inks together to get another colour, but I don't see why not. I'm getting a bigger drop coming out of that one. This one I must have touched the top in resin at some stage, so it's kind of getting a bit clogged. But if it does get clogged, you can just get a pin, unclog it. All right, I don't know if I've got enough there for what I need. Now always give it a stir before you take its temperature, because it can be different on top. Oh, 34, that's jumped quickly, hasn't it? All right, let's pour it in. Jumped quickly while I was waiting, so I'm not going to pour it, I don't want to make it too full. I'm going to put 10 grams in here. That'll be for my white. No, I ended up with 15, that's okay. Now let me have a little look here and see if I've got any bubbles. There's a bubble clinging there. Try to get the bubbles out. Where you've dusted, it sort of does help the bubbles not cling, but because there's quite a few little folds in there, I can see there's a few little bubbles, so I'll just sort of poke them, but I think they're on this side, they're not on the other side. Where's my torch? And because the resin's been sitting for a while, it's getting a bit thick, but I think these bubbles that you can see are on this side. I don't think they're going to be on the flower side. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong. Okay. Now, how much more do I need is the question. I only want to sort of fill this. Okay, I can go a bit more. Fill it halfway. Then I've got a little bit of room for some black. Oh, it's pretty close actually. This 65 and 60, that'll do. Light little torch. I will keep playing with these, trying to get, the bubbles are sort of coming up on their own anyway, so if I get some big ones up, I'll just give them a light little zap with my torch. All right, so 15 grams in there. So normally with the balloon paste you have 1 drop per 10 grams, but because I've got 15, I'll just try for like a big drop. Oops, 1 big drop, and see how that goes. I'll keep it upside down. Alrighty. Oh, I was going to use that stick for my white. I was. Now what am I going to do? Oh, hang on. I need another stick. Alright, so once the resin is in the mold, it'll slow down a bit. The heating of it, the curing of it will slow down a little bit. Now look, it's all evaporated. I haven't got any left. I'm just going to have to do it like this. I'm going to have to put my colour down in here. I'll just use this again. This little thing that comes with the alcohol inks, a little pin. It's a good idea to put gloves on when you're doing it though. So I need to find the center. 1, 2, and the brown did come out faster, so I am going to just drop it on there so that I've just got a little bit. I can just put a little bit on. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. You get the general idea. It's obviously not going to be an exact colour. Let's get this out of the way before I make a mess with it. Make some room. Alrighty. Oh gosh, look at the bubbles coming up. So I'm not going to pipe today. I'm just going to use my little stick here. I shouldn't worry about those because, like I said, they're on this side, not on the other side. But there you go. So I'm just going to do some little petals around that colour there. Just sort of blend that a little bit, I think. How's that? I know it's a little bit redder, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. A bit more brown in there. All right, let's get this done, shall we? Let's see if I can do this. All right, so just going to do some little petals. It's only a little area there that I need to do, so it's not going to take very much. It doesn't take very much resin at all, but hopefully they'll be pretty petals. And I like using the stick because I get like a thicker area there, and then as I drag the stick down, it sort of thins out. So I get a really pretty 3D effect, I think so anyway. Can be a little bit messy. You just gotta be careful that you don't drip. Keep your cup away because sometimes it drips down the side of the cup. So keep the cup away from your mold in case it drips into your mold, because that wouldn't be very good. How's it looking? So I'll go right up to the edge here, but I don't want to go over those roses on this side. It's probably all, oops, I was saying don't drip, and look, I've gone over there. I've dripped. But again, I don't think you're going to see that because it's going to be on the back, like so. Now what I'll do is clean off that. Just come in here and sort of just tidy up a little bit where I had a few little blobby bits. If you wanted to, you could pull your stick through and make, you know, more petal-like petals, but I don't think I'm going to. But yeah, you can do whatever you want at this stage with your design. I think there's a little spot just there. I can put one in. A little bit thicker. It's a good idea to make your petals relatively wide that you pipe, because then they can spread. If you make a really thin little line, then you know, they can't spread very far. All right, I think I better leave it before I have been known to fiddle too much. Would you believe it? All right, a few little bubbles there. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Now the center. You can swirl. I think I might just leave it and just see what it looks like. I think I might just do that. This one looks a bit thin here. Whoops. I was going to start from that end and then I changed my mind and started from the other end. Okay. It looks a little bit messy because it's so small. It's so small, but hopefully it'll look pretty once it's done. All right. So that's it. I'm not going to torch it anymore. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to cover it, and I'm not going to get my big net out. I'm just going to cover it with a sieve like that, just so that no flies get in, because we have a few flies going around lately. So yeah, I will come back to you when it's time to do the top coat. And I think I'm just going to do a plain black to really set all those off. All right, see you soon. Okay, so this has cured. Now you may see that it looks a bit different. I decided that I was going to get my little stick, and I didn't video it because I thought, oh, I better just quickly do it before the resin starts hardening. It was sort of starting to set, and I wasn't really happy with the shape because, you know, it pulls in differently because I wasn't using the exact center. I was sort of a center up here, so I kind of moved everything down a little bit because I wanted it to be centered. So I just sort of pulled a few of the petals in like that and undid a little swirl, trying to get it more sort of centered, because resin pulls from the outside in, and it wanted to come to the center here, but well, the bloom was like that, and so my center was like up here, and I wanted it to be there, so that's why. If that makes sense, that's all I did. Now I'm going to put some black on the back, and I thought I would stick with Let's Resin today, the Let's Resin black. So it's black in that one, clear in that one. You just mix them together. I'm going to do probably 2 ounces, so about 60 grams I think will be enough. And yeah, I'll mix that up and then I'll be right back. I have been asking, well, I've asked twice. I've asked Let's Resin if they could make us a black polyurethane resin. You know how they've got the white and it's really, really water thin and it sets up really quickly. It starts clear and then as it cures it goes white. So I've said to them, could you please make us a black, because I just feel that I would, me personally, and I don't know about you, let me know, you know, that if you'd use the black more. I would use the black more for doing top coats like this, where you just want a little thin top coat and you want to get it done quickly because you don't want to wait another, you know, 6 hours for the unmolding. And also, you know, I'd back it with, after I've used chameleon powders and chameleon flakes, fantasy film, all that kind of thing, you know, and your frogs and turtles, when you just want a thin, quick background. All right, that's my 4 minutes up, and you don't have to mix it for 4 minutes either. It's just like mix it for 1 minute. So anyway, everybody get onto Messenger and ask Let's Resin to make us a black polyurethane. I don't know whether they'll do it just because I've asked, but you never know. You never know. All right, so that's all of it in there. And give it a quick, no, I won't give it a spray. Give it a quick little torch. I think I'm almost out of butane there. All right, I'm going to cover it again with my little sieve, and yeah, I'll see you when it's time to unmold. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, I think it's done. Yes, it is. All right, let's have a little look and see what we've got, hey? Hopefully it will be pretty. Let's have a look. Oh, here we are. Look at that. Just want to see how it comes out nice and cleanly. Beautiful. Look at that. So pretty. Ah, there it is. All right. Now, I will link my rose crescent mold for you down in the description. I only got a tiny little bit of cleanup to do, but I can use a little micro brush to get in there and get those last little bits of mica powder out. So yeah, I'll link that for you down in the description. All right, are we ready to see what we've got? Let's hope it's worked okay. But it's more about the roses in this one. I wanted to show you the roses. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's pretty. It worked really nicely. I don't know that the black was such a good idea with this dark sort of Merlot colour. But yeah, I need to get some more colours, because like a ruby red would have been good. But look, it still looks really pretty, and I guess it's quite a nice contrast. But let's have a look. Let's go in and have a closer look at these roses. There we go. I'll show you from the side so you can see that that area's raised and then that area is lower. And it's still big enough. This lower area, it's still big enough for you to put a cup on. If you're putting a hot cup on, make sure that you're using heat resistant resin. Oh, it looks so pretty. Let's go in for a little close up here. Look at those leaves. Oh, you know what? That's a rose there on the end. And there's a rose on that end, but I didn't see it. I've coloured it green. Oh, good to know. Well, it's the first time I've used it, so good to know. There's a little rose on each side there. Next time I'll have to make a point of colouring that as well as roses. And then there we go. Look at that. Look at those gorgeous roses there. And the leaves are so pretty. So there we go. That's it there. That's the back. So it's quite a heavy mold, like it weighs 300 grams. So for me to post that to the US or the UK, it's got to go in a 500 gram bag. So, you know, shipping from Australia, it is what it is. I don't add anything else in, but someone's got to take it across the ocean. It just costs a lot of money. All right, but if you want it, oh, that's the other thing. Some people like buy their molds separately. They buy one mold, they pay for it. They buy another mold, they pay for it. If you put all the molds you want into your cart in eBay and just pay once, like check out at the end, it'll combine for you. It will add a certain amount per mold after the first one you've bought, because obviously it gets heavier and heavier. So it does add some extra money, but it's not going to add like the full price of the mold, if that makes sense. Yeah, because I have a lot of questions about that. So there you go. All right, love it, love it. Let's just go for a quick little walk and see it in a different light. And oops, get off my little box. Come around here. There you go. Whoops. Gorgeous and shiny, isn't it? That's resin. Beautiful. Love my new mold. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Grab yourself one of these rose crescents, and there's also a matching flower crescent. Like if you want to do one of each or two of each to have a set of 4, then you've got different designs. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. Okay, take care guys. Bye for now.